Yo, how's it going? Uh, I I never knew Gordon Ramsay was having beef with a vegan. Like that completely flew under my radar. That's hilarious. And fortunately, Sunny V2 is gonna help me catch up with this whole entire beef.
The back and forth between Gordon Ramsay and the vegan teacher was one of the funniest beefs in internet history, and it all began on the 20th of January 2021. Firstly, we need to set the stage for the two contenders within this conflict. In the red corner, there was Gordon Ramsay, who not only holds the title of the world's most famous chef, but also ranks in third place amongst the world's richest chefs with a net worth of $220 million. His restaurants boast a total of 16 Michelin stars and are so iconic that in 2006, the Queen of England awarded Gordon Ramsay the highest excellence order of the British Empire for the positive impact he had made on the country's hospitality industry. His blunt, confrontational branding is incredibly distinguished and recognizable, yet Gordon also has the ability to keep the content lighthearted and comedic whenever.
That idiot sandwich situation, I don't know how she didn't swung. Like, what am I, an idiot sandwich? Bro. Oh, like, come on! You had to hit back with, "I'm gonna give you a knuckle sandwich" or something. Like, you can't take that. Like, me personally, I wouldn't take that.
But necessary, which works excellently on his TikTok page with over 33 million followers. The TikTok page rarely promotes anything serious, with his videos usually doing nothing more than laughing at the cooking done by other TikTokers.
What are you doing, flouring a filet mignon on your donut? Oh no, you're not covering a filet mignon with fruity pebbles. No, come on, dude. I'm gonna kick your butt. Take it out.
This is blasphemy. No way. What's wrong with people? Not even as a joke, bro. Come on, filet mignon. Like, a good steak is a good steak, man. Like, why would you? I'm hurt. Wow, bro.
Yeah, throw it in the trash. Oh. No. Look at it. It's white in the middle. It's overcooked. Perfect medium rare. What's that? Marshmallow.
Oh, he
As a
actually
whole,
ate
Gordon
it. What
Ramsay
the
is up
fuck,
there
bro?
amongst the most respected celebrities of all time, whilst our other contender in the blue corner, that vegan teacher, is down there amongst the least respected celebrities of all time. She started her social media journey back in early 2020, and as mentioned in the previous video discussing Mr. Beast, her goal is to mischaracterize the most beloved influencers by framing them in any way possible as terrible anti-vegans who are trying to destroy the world by eating meat.
You're just so happy that Mr. Beast bought a whole store full of food and donated it to the poor, right? What did that include? Innocent chickens who were murdered. The whole thing is wrong. Nothing that he did in that equation was good.
Her achievement.
Wow. I mean, what a Debbie Downer, huh? Holy shit.
Include being banned from TikTok numerous times, having an average channel dislike ratio of well over 50%, as well as owning the largest vegan documentary DVD collection in the Northern Hemisphere. Almost all of her growth has come from commentary channels talking about how terrible her takes are on topics relating to food.
Vegan teacher, I think you have this problem of just not really realizing that nobody is going to ever really care about your message that you're trying to deliver.
And from the get-go, it's obvious that the vegan teacher had absolutely no authority in comparison to Gordon Ramsay. However, with Gordon being one of the most distinguished chefs in the entire world, and the vegan teacher always looking for someone to call out, she'd begin the conflict on TikTok with a video explaining to Gordon Ramsay that animals weren't food from her perspective.
So Gordon, one of the problems that I noticed that you have is you don't seem to understand the difference between food and animals. Food is something that you get out of the ground or you take it from a tree, and it's something that's very healthy for us to eat. Animals are alive. Chickens and cows, sheep, these things are not actually foods.
Now, to give the vegan teacher credit where credit is due,
I mean, if you look at your teeth, you got canines and whatnot. Like, are they called canines? But the sharp versions, like, that means it's for eating meat. Over years, we've been eating meat. But where does that come from?
her argument here wasn't all that terrible. She presented it in a persuasive, logical, non-forceful way, using points that could be understood by anybody. The idea that if there's food on the trees and in the ground, then maybe it's best not to eat animals is a pretty appealing idea when you take it as a basic surface level argument. However, from this point onwards, it will become apparent that this was pretty much the only appealing logical argument she'd make, as her disdain for Gordon Ramsay seemed to grow, and her attacks became increasingly dumber and dumber. This can be observed in the next video she'd upload on him, being a 27 7-minute long video, which began by describing Gordon Ramsay as the following.
Today we're going to talk about the devil. The devil's name is Gordon Ramsay. A devil is defined as a creature that does nothing but harm in the world.
The vegan teacher's justification for Gordon Ramsay being the devil was that he was paying to make himself.
I disagree. Gordon Ramsay did teach me how to cook a proper steak. Unfortunately, I still failed, but he, after a couple more attempts, I got it. But
look good on camera.
Man,
when you have a lot of money, you can pay people to film you in whatever light that you want and make your life seem like one giant trip to Disneyland.
Yet apparently Gordon wasn't.
Ooh, also, Gordon Ramsay has a dope Thanksgiving turkey video that I just fall backwards on every time. Fall on every time like Thanksgiving comes around. I usually like to cook the turkey for my family, and I usually kind of fall on that video, like the way he makes the way you make a butter, you kind of mix it up with I don't know, rosemary and some thyme or any other herb. It's a great video. It's a great Thanksgiving video, honestly.
Only the devil, but was also a psychopath, as he was not able to empathize with the meat he was cooking.
He's a kind of psychopath who really cannot see into the eyes of an animal and see them as sentient beings. Maybe he truly is disconnected.
The stupidity of the video was instantly reflected in the comments, with the top 3 being: Stan Gordon Ramsay, the king, the legend, the god. Gordon, don't listen to her. I love Gordon Ramsay's savage remarks and his food, as well as Gordon Ramsay is the best person ever since Jesus Christ himself.
Oh, okay.
However, despite the backlash and support for Gordon, under the assumption that he would never respond, the vegan teacher doubled down on the criticism by uploading another video stating that Gordon Ramsay was a terrible father because he did the TikTok egg challenge with his daughter.
Why is Gordon Ramsay such a terrible father? Why does he teach his children speciesism, which is the purest form of racism?
Which was accompanied by a Gordon Ramsay diss track titled "Why Are You a Vegan-Phobic Animal Bully?" However, while this diss track failed to grab the celebrity chef's attention, it would be with one song on TikTok shortly thereafter that the vegan teacher would finally be noticed by Gordon Ramsay.
Here we go.
Eating animals is wrong.
Here we go. It's the Illmatic, it's the Nas version of Ether when it comes to the cooking world. Get ready, Gordon.
Gordon Ramsay, hurting animals is wrong. Gordon Ramsay, share this song. And if you call me a donut, that's fine.
Vegan
as long
donut.
As you're vegan from now on.
The video captioned "Beef burgers were consumed while making this TikTok" showed Gordon Ramsay eating lettuce as if he was trying to appease the vegan teacher before spitting it out, calling her a vegan donut, and taking a bite out of a juicy beef burger. As the comments began to roll in, it was obvious that people loved Gordon's hilarious response. My respect for Gordon Ramsay. Nice to meet you, you vegan donut. We've been waiting for this. Whilst countless news articles were written about the event in favor of Gordon,
Vegan donut.
the video response would go on to gain over 60 million views, which was more than the vegan teacher's total YouTube viewership combined. However, this was still only the beginning of the conflict. One thing that you have to respect the vegan teacher for is that her tolerance to criticism is on a whole different level. Most creators pretend that they don't care about criticism, but the vegan teacher seems to be one of the very few who legitimately couldn't care less about what people have to say about her. Despite being roasted by the entire world for a song about Gordon Ramsay, she'd brush it off as if it were nothing and upload another song as a response, in which she'd claim that Gordon Ramsay's TikTok
She went Drake back to back. Here we go.
was laughing at the trillions that had died, and that he was bullying the most innocent of animals just for fame. In addition to this, the vegan teacher would criticize Gordon's level of maturity.
His response was to eat an animal in front of me. Does that sound like the response of somebody who's in their 50s? A mature person?
Before going on to compare his TikTok response as similar to World War II.
Think back to World War II and what happened there. This man thinks it's okay for that to continue to sentient beings.
Which was concluded.
How old are you? 70? 80? I mean, you're acting this way. Here you are making songs on TikToks and saying how someone is the devil and whatnot, and you're 70 years old. If you don't go to your retirement home,
By the vegan teacher uploading another video in which she'd have a mental breakdown over the response.
And you just said it was okay to keep doing it! into their shopping carts, like all of this. Oh, it's just terrible.
The vegan teacher snapping back at Gordon Ramsay gave enough substance for the commentary community to make their own videos on the drama, with uploads from Pancho, Jaden, and Bray all gaining pretty substantial view counts. The amount of exposure the beef was providing to Gordon Ramsay was observed in a forum post reading, "I think it's clever marketing. He made the obvious choice, siding against her. Short, easy to make a video employing a famous catchphrase of his, guaranteed to blow up and receive massive support. Now all of us, including me, are talking about the guy mostly in a positive light. He's built on his reputation of being rude, funny, honest, and relevant without generating too much personal controversy. He handled the matter incredibly well." While Gordon Ramsay was without a doubt the clear favorite within the conflict, it's not like the vegan teacher wasn't getting any benefit from it. In the month that Gordon responded via TikTok, the vegan teacher's YouTube viewership would increase from less than 200,000 views per month to well over 2.5 million views per month. And with the vegan teacher observing how much traffic this first response provided, she began to fish for another by uploading more videos critical of Gordon Ramsay. She'd claim that Gordon Ramsay should be in jail while sporting some fresh new Gordon Ramsay is an animal abuser merch, which was followed by another video in which the vegan teacher would try and make Gordon lose one of his sponsors.
Hello, Silk Milk. Apparently you're paying money to Gordon Ramsay to promote your product? How crazy is that? Don't be doing that. He doesn't care about your milk. He's not even vegan. Why would you want him to promote this wonderful product that I drink myself every day?
Now I'm sure Gordon Ramsay could have yet again annihilated the vegan teacher by mocking her outlook on life in another TikTok.
I don't know, man. She started playing with your money. That's when you draw the line.
Yet his next response was actually a little more elegant and wholesome. As a result of his first response to the vegan teacher, countless farmers created their own TikToks, thanking Gordon Ramsay for sticking up for the meat industry, stating that people similar to the vegan teacher had interrupted their daily life, and even sent them death threats as a result of being farmers. Gordon would take a bunch of these clips before compiling and uploading them as a compilation video with a caption reading, "Always standing behind farmers, grateful for the work they do and passion they have on a daily basis, hashtag every chef needs a farmer." This video would once again go viral, amassing 30 million views, with almost every single comment stating something positive, yet this only seemed to give the vegan teacher another opportunity to respond. She'd upload a new video titled "Gordon Ramsay, Stop Encouraging People to Steal," in which she addressed the second response.
In this video that 19.5 million people saw, these are some farmers who are saying thank you to Gordon Ramsay. The gentleman at the beginning, he is saying thank you to Gordon Ramsay because he's saying, you know, we really appreciate that you are giving us the green light to keep hurting these innocent cows.
Before stating that she had started to address each of the farmers individually.
I took 2 of these farmers and I made videos dedicated towards them. I didn't have time yet to do all of them.
At this point, Gordon Ramsay likely realized that giving the vegan teacher any extra attention was a lost cause, as there would be no more responses from his end. Yet the damage had already been done. It was stated by the vegan teacher in a YouTube video that her only goal was to get the world's attention.
On TikTok, I do whatever I can to get the world's attention. You gotta do a song and a dance and be crazy and do whatever it takes to get people's attention. And then when the attention is there, then you maybe have the chance to get them a little tiny bit interested in what you're saying of that substance.
And this is exactly what she managed to do. The vegan teacher achieved a certain level of notoriety and became widely talked about, largely due to a video mentioning Ramsay. Gordon got 90 million views out of it, the vegan teacher got an online career out of it, so maybe it was simply a win-win for both individuals.
Yeah.
The back and forth.
Oh my God, Jesus. Anyway, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, like gave clout to her, and she started, you know, again squeezing doing the best she could with that clout. Nothing more to say about that. You know, Gordon Ramsay was actually that second response was actually pretty well. You know, like with the farmers, that was a great response.